Hello, friends. Today we are off to probably one of the most well-known streets of Toronto, but maybe one of the least appreciated. So we're going to go down to everyone's favorite part, Dundas Square, and then we're going to continue along Dundas. Oh. Okay, the gimbal's behaving now. Sort of. Okay. Well, we're going to head off, and we're going to go to some of my favorite places in the city. So let's see how it goes. Hello, Princess. Hope you're doing well out there. Very excited for your stream tomorrow. Excited to finally be able to see you dance. So we should have that up and running for people to see very soon. Yeah. Currently, we are just going to head down to Dundas, and then the plan is just to follow it west. So I also have multiple out points because I've just recently learned embroidery, and I decided to go a little nuts on my jacket and also a couple other things. But yeah, see where we end up today. Oh, hopefully y'all are having a good Saturday. Christmas season is coming up for us, so we are plotting our trip east to Ottawa, which is good, I think, but we'll see. Once again, starting around Church Street. Seems a good place to start. It's not quite fully east, not quite, but still west enough, you know? It still counts as Toronto. Other than these other places that claim to be and are not. I'm also wearing the sweater that starts off chilly, but then hopefully warms up as the day goes on, and we will find out. If it gets too cold today, I might have to call it, but I think we'll be okay. Was supposed to do the stream with Jess today, but unfortunately she was unavailable. She had concerns over meteorological impacts, which I understand. So she was just like, just in case, I'm going to postpone. I was like, that's totally fine. But she will be back in January, and we'll have our walk then, which should be nice. And she gave me a very nice shout out as well, which is always good. Hopefully y'all are having a good Saturday. I can confirm, tomorrow I will be doing a stream earlier, so around noon. And then from there, on Monday, my dad is going to do a stream with me throughout Ottawa. So everyone's going to get to meet my father. It should be fun, actually. I'm looking forward to it. My dad's an interesting character. So. Yeah, the same way I am with Eurovision, he is with, like, all of history. So. Oh. So hopefully y'all are having a good week. God, it's like less than a week till Christmas, which is kind of insane to think about. I barely thought about it, but apparently it's the 20th today, meaning that things are good, looking up, I guess. We're on a good path, at least. We're on a good trail. Things are happening, which is nice. Thank you for trusting me with your entertainment needs. Yeah, I have found that pre-programming the streams into the YouTube, even if they're not fully listed yet, is a good way to start, because at least then people know when we're planning to go live, and YouTube can inform people beforehand, which is always good. Aw. A kid walking by just like, can I be on your stream? Oh gosh, I didn't even think about my nephews. They're probably going to want to be on my stream too. They'd have to follow it first. Oh. You know what? Let's go through the campus, see how they've shut down for the season. It's always good to go through Temu campus. See, once one person said that, it was done. That is what this is forever going to be known as. They're already probably looking for a new name. And funny enough, Ryerson, when this was Ryerson, now TMU, I actually applied to be a part of their, what's the vibe like on campus? That's the question. Well, very quiet, I'm guessing. I assume that most people are out of here because of the holidays. But I figure it can't hurt to walk through, see how things are, and then go through. Right, hi. I am not. How dare you? Sorry, I should say I am not yet. It is a Saturday, though. Oh, gosh, I was so happy I got my donut yesterday. That made me feel so good. Just like if every day I could get a donut, that would be wonderful. But it shan't happen today. Maybe someday, maybe later, but not today. You know, I always go this way, but never this way. You know, it's the winter season when the squirrels start slimming down instead of becoming the little chonkers that they are. Dundas destination, Chinatown, Little Portugal, the Junction. I'm thinking I'll start Dundas Square and then keep walking up until probably Dundas West. I probably won't head up into the Junction, but sometimes I just like to do these routes specifically for selfish reasons. So I know it's just like, if I'm to walk this if I'm to walk this after, how long does it take me to go from one to the other? But yeah, I feel like today is a good opportunity for that. And we'll see just how far we go. I will also say, yesterday, I discovered embroidery. And so I learned how to embroider some things. So I went a little crazy on my other jacket. I'm actually turning the back into like a Starry Night piece. And I'm going to see if I can put like the CN Tower in there as like a maybe needlepoint thing. But yeah. You're going to see how it goes. But I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, I started with just a couple stars and a couple of wisps in the night sky. I'm just like, oh, this is gonna look friggin' dope. I walk by this so often. I've never actually bothered to like find out what it is. But even like I never really considered that. It's like, it does have really nice filigree on it. The Toronto Normal and Model Schools. Central facade has been left standing to commemorate the long and close association of St. James Square with the education in the province of Ontario. Here, Edgerton Ryerson superintended the work of the first Department of Public Instruction in Upper Canada. Here, generations of teachers prepared themselves for careers in education. Here, thousands of armed forces personnel were retrained for civilian life after World War II. Here was founded in 1948, the Ryerson Institute of Technology, which pioneered the whole new level of education in this province. Okay, well, you know, very important space, but I imagine the name is still very contentious for a lot of people. But nice to know that they actually keep that visible as a part of the history. Some of the Toronto libraries do have fancy sewing machines that can do embroidery. Normal School is the teachers' college in Toronto. Yeah, I saw that. It's like, that's interesting to think about, but it's It's funny because I don't know if Ryerson is still known for Teachers College, but I suppose they must be. Like, I always think for Teachers College, I think George Brown, I think Nipissing. Like, but I don't know. Hey, buddy. Hello, Otterly. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for joining us on this lovely little Saturday. They do a good job on the ice rink, actually. It's a cute little space. Actually, Ryerson does a lot of things. Well, sorry, TMU does have like a really cute little campus that works really well. But, you know, going through options at least. Hello, Hunter. Good to see you this morning. Welcome, welcome. So we're just coming up to the start of the destination walk. I mean, technically we're at Dundas. At any point now I can be like, I'm done, Das. Walk and leave. But that was a terrible pun, but I still went with it. How do I do? I'm doing pretty well today. It's a little colder than I thought. Once again, I wore the wrong sweater and the wrong jacket combo. I should have worn the slightly warmer sweater with the jacket, but also the sweater is fine. It will heat up. It's just a slicker material, so it's colder to begin with. And the jean jacket is always jeaning. So they have the little sheen area over here. Can I just cross here? I can just cross here. Everyone likes the carnival, so we'll come get a little clip of that really quick. Yeah, why not just go in? 5 days till Christmas. Oh my, I haven't got a single present, except for the one present that I did for my nephew. But that was written like a decade ago, over a decade ago. But I have a balcony, easy step out and judge what to wear. I also have a balcony, and theoretically that is the same here. But unfortunately it's not, because, you know, I still make the wrong choices. I frequently make the wrong choices. And as long as I keep making the wrong choices, if I do it often enough, every now and then I'll stumble upon a right choice. That's the hope. That's the thought. It hasn't worked yet. But maybe one day. I was like, it is kind of cute to see what they've done here. And it's nice to see them doing something like festive-ish downtown. But, yeah. 5 days till Christmas. I know my nephews don't watch my channel because then my one nephew would immediately know what I got him for Christmas. And to be fair, it's a long time coming, and now apparently a year too late, which is fine. Oh, we got a street preacher. Finally something for the kids on Christmas, right? I mean, I'd love if it wasn't like sponsored by Shein, but that's okay.
God is asking of you today, it's a relationship. God is asking us for intimacy.
God is asking us for a relationship and intimacy. I mean, the great thing about consent is you can say what you want about that. No one gives a crap what people want. You need to pay attention to what you need. Food from fruit trucks always scares me. I think I was scarred by a creepy rice truck driver. I can understand that. They are terrifying sometimes. Young Street never change. It is what it is. you kind of know what to expect when you come down here. Enjoying some wine and chocolate because I can. Oh, Hunt. Bruce. Bruce. That is delightful. Red or white wine? That's the question. I feel like red wine is more traditionally Christmassy for some reason. But maybe because I like associate red wine more with like darker, warmer flavors. Therefore going with like Christmas easier. I don't know. God is asking about getting rid of false preachers. Ooh, Hunter, scathing. The hypnotic background music always adds some gusto to the street preachers. It's a choice. Always a choice. Christopher, welcome to the chat. Good to see you today, my friend. I know no one can tell today, but I did get a haircut last night. It's the first time I've ever got my mustache trimmed. It's like, that's an interesting experience. Just like, yeah. I also learned the right way to groom my mustache so that when I put it up, it actually holds its shape and doesn't do like two separate mustaches. But yeah, we got some work to do now, which is good. Good afternoon, Neville. Thank you for joining us today. Our plan is just, let's walk down Dundas and see what comes up. YouTube is showing me the stream for 3 days away. That was the one I most recently updated. But I'll have one more in Toronto tomorrow and then 2 more in Ottawa for Monday, Tuesday. Then Wednesday is the 23rd, so I'm not sure if we're going to do one that day. But knowing us, probably. I'm going to probably try. I'm trying to go every day. I feel like if we go every day, that's good. Let's see. Also, hello, Sam. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for coming by again. Also, Sam, I greatly admire your enthusiasm and dedication. Wednesday is the 24th. Yeah. I don't know what days are anymore, Hunter. I don't live in linear time right now. Somehow I go for a walk and I end up 2 hours later back at my place sometimes. I don't know what I did in between. I just assume I don't exist for the moments I'm streaming. Oh, hello, Steven. Hello, James. Enjoying the warm weather? I mean, to be fair, it's actually quite nice today. Getting a nice little bit of... It is getting warmer the more I walk, which is the beauty of this sweater. But like when you first come out here, you're just like, oh my God, cold. What did you think of those images? Well, now I have a mustache inspiration. I don't quite know, a mustache-spiration? Mustache-spiration. We'll figure it out. But like, whatever that is, that one. Little Tokyo, complete with the Denny's. Funny enough, yeah. Time is subjective nowadays. Yeah, I don't know how the year's going by. There is the theory that time is speeding up every year. But really, as you get older, you've lived more of your life before. So every year just seems to get, every year seems to accelerate and get faster. Because in a way, it is. Time is fascinating. This is Dundas Street. It's minus 27 here. Goodness gracious, James. Yeah, where are you? Because you're certainly not here right now. Are you back home in Siberia? Saskatoon. I mean, close enough. That's what I said, Sask. I know it means all of Saskatchewan, but like, tell me the main difference between Saskatoon and Regina. Answer, probably can't. I'll go for the one that has more hills. James, why are you still alive? Because if he wasn't, we would be sad. The old large images at Windsor Castle. I mean, that's brilliant. Like, kudos to everyone Just, man, oh, including moose jaw. Bad life choices. Oh, it's not bad life choices. It's just a thing. Just a thing. Just a place to grow up. And go back to a family at the end of the year. Because you are contractually obligated to spend at least a day with family every year. Which some might argue is still too much, but you know, not really. I'd rather live in Saskatoon than Regina. Fair enough. I really don't know the difference between them. Other than I hear they both have good fringe festivals. But I haven't got into a single one of them, so who knows? The images of Prince Andrew lying across 4 young girls in Epstein Island. I mean, that whole situation is just gross and shouldn't happen. But, you know, it's not like he's Prince Andrew anymore anyways. Nice, beautiful view of the CN Tower. Just in case you forget where you are. It's always good to have the reminders. Let's actually go over and we'll see. Saskatoon is way prettier. Is it because you're there? Because the answer is yes. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor now. Yeah. Probably. I can honestly say I don't think I care enough. I didn't care about the royal family before. Certainly don't care about them now. Do you like watching a legacy implode? Of course you do. Everyone does. That's why Game of Thrones was born. I'm not there right now in my small city an hour out of Stoon. Wow, they come smaller than Saskatoon. That's good to know. Well, enjoy your fields of wheat and nothing else. You wheat king, you. At least you can be reminded of your home. James, do you go hunting? I have a suspicion he does not. Just a slight suspicion, but I have a suspicion he does not. I don't know where you think you're going, bud. Have you ever seen a skinwalker? Can't say I know what that is, but at the end of the day, we shall see. Now we're coming up to St. Patrick. Dundas and St. Patrick. It's actually a nice little area. But if you go into Village on the Grange here, they have a lovely little Japanese restaurant in the back that is absolutely delicious. And me and Hunter went there, and it was inexpensive, and it was, like, the food was phenomenal. We both left, like, stuffed, and it probably came out to about 30 bucks. I'm just like, that doesn't happen anymore. That's delightful. So, highly recommend the random Japanese restaurant at the back of Village in the Grange. Definitely check it out if you're looking for a good place to eat. Okay. The problem with the Game of Thrones theme song is that I immediately go to the Pirates of the Caribbean theme song, and I can't ask anyone to hum me the first bar because it just would be the same thing. Oh wait, you need to separate the do's and the dones, you see. Rumors are that Epstein files are Sharpie and no paper visible. Not surprised. Village by the Grange, they used to have great lunch special there for OCA plus D plus U students. I believe, like, Village at the Grange actually has some really nice places in there. Only a place I've been to once or twice, but, like, no complaints, for sure. I've greatly enjoyed the things that I have had from there. Over there is the Village Idiot Pub, right beside Sin and Redemption down there. Both of which, excellent little pubs. A lot of fun, very nice. Very very, very good beer selection. But, yeah. I will say, they are delightful and delicious. It was Ontario College of Art, and now it is Ontario College of Art and Design. I do find this statue fascinating, because apparently it is filling people with rage just by existing. So I'm just like, that's fair enough. I can see why people would be enraged at a random statue of a black woman. See, they have that weird light that hangs and then it twirls on a spindle. But like, actually I haven't been over here when it's been dark in a long time. But I remember they did it for a Nuit Blanc. And then after that, it's just kind of always been there. And I don't know if they still even turn it on, so. Who knows? Hard to say. By the way, this is of course the Art Gallery of Ontario. Beautiful building. Massive collection of visual arts of all kinds from all eras, but especially with, I mean, that's just rude. The statue of Queen Victoria got decapitated, then destroyed. Aw, poor Vic. Poor old Vicky. Frank Gehry designed the art gallery building. Yeah, he did a gorgeous job. It is a beautiful space. Like, they did a wonderful job with presenting something that's big, airy, but also super interesting and complex. Highly recommend if you ever get the chance to come here. World's largest collection of Canadian art, which of course it is. It's the Art Gallery. But like, it's funny that the National Gallery has less Canadian art than the Art Gallery of Ontario. What exhibition is going on there? Hard to say, actually. I actually don't know what exhibition's going on there right now. So now we are entering past the AGO. It pretty much immediately changes right up.
Fucking what, bitch?
Hey!
Hi! Stop!
We all saw that, and that happened. Oh yeah. This is Chinatown. I'm sure that didn't help your impressions of Chinatown, but yeah. Find someone that could custom make you an ice cream shaped microphone wind protector. I don't think that's necessary. Biker card road rage shakes. Here's my thing. The biker was in the right. No matter what, even if the biker's sometimes in the wrong, biker's always in the right. And the man with the camera caught it all, so. This is the excitement that people tune in for. Not the hours of me gabbering on. But be careful, friend. Oh, don't worry. The second anyone tries anything and you have a camera in your hand, I'm just like, what do you think you're doing? A, I am not a tiny man. B, I have a camera so everyone can clearly see what's going on. And C, I give no fucks. I get road rage with those pigeons. Small and dainty. I have never been called either of those things. I'm from Northern Ontario. It comes out sometimes. Every now and then someone will do something, I'll be like, nah. No, you don't do that. That's the type of thing you need to make into a short video once you get around to start that part of the channel. I mean, I could, But also I feel like when something like that happens, I feel like me profiting off it isn't okay. Okay? I feel like that kind of interaction is exploitative. And also it's not the kind of stuff I want to promote on the channel. You know? I'd rather have a channel that's just like TOURonno live, unfiltered. But the stuff that I do want to highlight are like the things that make TOURonno special and fun and unique and different. So like that's why I did the me and Manny at the ROM videos. Not because I think they're going to do well, but because I'm just like, it's something free and fun to do in TOURonno, and like that doesn't come around very often. So yeah, although I did make a mistake. Apparently it's every third Tuesday of the month, not every third Wednesday. But that's fine. That's fine. No one cares. No one who watches those videos cares in any way, shape, or form. They're just there to look at the rocks with us. Geofento P2EE. I don't quite know what that is, but okay. A lot of electric scooters. Oh my, yes. It is that kind of area. A lot of delivery in this area. I feel like Queen gets a lot of love, College gets a lot of love. Dundas not as much. So it's actually going to be an interesting venture from this point forward. Because there's definitely not as much visual interest, but there's also a lot of like random things that pop up that's interesting. So yeah. It's curious to show like the in-between street that's kind of between Kensington and Queen, which is like the shopping area. But yeah, this part over here I would say is extended Chinatown. And then as it goes over, there are some really cool things to look at. Like, we will be coming across the street market, which is kind of like a mini Stacked, which is cool. I like that piece a lot. What's my favorite place in TOURonno? Probably Graffiti Alley. I think it's super vibrant, really cool. I love that it's living art and that's constantly changing and evolving. Also has some really excellent artists featured that, to be fair, if they put, like if they wanted to, could easily be shown in any kind of gallery they want to. But yeah. Chinatown gets a lot of love when someone is hungry. You ain't wrong. You are not wrong. The environment too many condos create, I think. Yeah, but this area over here is kind of like where the condos die. And also because Dundas isn't just a straight line across, it is very much a thoroughfare that just kind of travels really quickly through. But yeah, the one thing I am wondering is that Dundas and College are both renowned, and Queen and King to a certain extent, are renowned for having very, very slow streetcars. And I'm wondering if in the new year they'll actually make it so when FIFA's here, there's no street parking anywhere and the streetcars can just run. I feel like that would be wise and make sense. But will that actually happen? Who knows? Probably not. But I have heard good things about the red lines along Dufferin, which I believe we're actually going to pass because we're walking down Dundas. We would have missed it when we walked down College, but I think we can actually catch the south part from here and see how they're doing. Also beautiful little piece of floral, just decoration, I guess. The south part of Kensington, that's Augusta Street. Kensington's main thoroughfare. Really, if no one's ever been to Kensington, it is wonderful. Easily one of my favorite areas of the city too. Too many condos, you're not wrong, Hunter. Maddie, are you ever do a walk, North York walk? I would like to join you if that's okay. I'll tell you what, man. In January, let's do it. I'd love to go for a walk in North York. I just haven't had I haven't quite been able to get up there yet. One of the things is that once I actually monetize, I can actually count a lot of travel as that. And once that happens, it should be easier to get out and do things and go see more places. So that's the hope. Perhaps get a tuk-tuk. Oh, tuk-tuks. I love tuk-tuks. FIFA World Cup will be more of a mess than the Taylor Swift concert. You ain't wrong. I just hope I'm not here for the chaos. I live in Vaughan and hate going downtown. 7:50, well, to be fair, I was 7:54 yesterday. And this morning I was 7:52, so I've actually lost a subscriber since that posting. But that's fine. Those are bots. I've noticed that anytime I get a bunch of subs, usually one or two will unsubscribe the same day. So I'm just like, it's just kind of a natural bleed out, and I don't know if they're bots or people just turning away, but like, natural, normal thing to happen. I'm sure a lot of people who subscribed was just like, wait, he does this every day for how long? And I'm probably just polluting a lot of feeds that way. But at the same time, it's me. I'm polluting it. I'm the one who's out there doing stuff. I hope you get to 1K before New Year's. Oh my God, buddy, me too. You have no idea. I'm just like, oh God, I just want to live. 99% sure they are bots. Yeah. Manjana, thank you so much. Wonderful to have you as part of the family. I still don't know what our collective noun is yet. I'm kind of defaulting to family because anytime I think family, there was this bit in Ottawa, well, a group from Ottawa, who went down to Orlando Fringe and they did a show called The Vexed and the Vigorous. And then I ended up hanging out with them all day when we went to Universal Studios. And when we did that at Universal Studios Orlando, I would literally we went on the Fast and Furious ride, which for the record, if you don't know theme parks, is the worst ride of all time. But the one thing that made it great was that there was actors and like people in the ride. So anytime someone said family, all of us as a group would just be like, family. And it was ridiculous and stupid and funny and threw everyone off every time. It was so dumb, but so much fun. We had such a good time there. I don't understand the idea of using bots. I know. I don't get bots either. I also, here's the thing, I also don't get AI, let's be fair. I don't understand a lot of appeal. Snipebot Hunter is here. Stop, we'll let them have their own relationship. Let's see. Orlando is nice overall. I miss Orlando. A lot of my best friends are from Orlando. I was not gonna lie, I was really excited at the possibility of going to Orlando in January because I really wanted to see my friend. He's playing Grandpa Who right now. I really wanted to go down there and see him. And then I could have walked around Universal with Katie, and I could have stayed there long enough to do the Orlando mini Fringe Festival. I don't know. It didn't quite work out this time, but gosh, I hope so soon. I would love to get down there and be able to show it off before, the entire country goes crazy. Again, for real this time. The clanker here is asleep, I think. Fair? Huh. There's another part of me that's just like, I don't know, when I'm in America, can I just like bust down a couple different places and be like, maybe I'll just go to New York. Maybe I'll just go to like Atlanta and finally see the aquarium I've always wanted to go to. But then I'd worried that like, no. I feel like America would frown upon that because they're just like, are you an illegal immigrant? I'm just like, I'm not illegal. I'm not staying. But, whatever. So yeah, a couple events coming up. Monday for sure, I got my dad on 30 minutes. Oh, I forgot to do 30 minutes. Hello everybody, my name is Matti. I am a tour guide in Toronto. If you or your friends would like to book me for a tour, you can do that via VIATOR and TRIPADVISor. The links are in the description. I do customized walking tours around Toronto to show off hidden gems and some of our most noted landmarks as well as our history. From there, if you're new here and you're enjoying things, I encourage you to like. That helps YouTube recommend this video to other people. And finally, if you get the chance to subscribe, That helps us work towards our goal of 1,000 subscribers, meaning we can make a living off of this. So any way you could help or would like to help, we greatly appreciate it. As we go for our goal of streaming every day for 2 hours, for as long as it takes for us to set the record. Also, I wish this car wasn't blaring, because this is Collective Arts, and we love them. Yay, Collective Arts. Highly recommend. There's so many videos made by Americans calling Montreal's theme park Le Ronde being the worst theme park. See, now that just makes me think it's just like, I gotta go to Montreal. I gotta go to Le Ronde. But yeah, I've actually heard that a lot too. And I am very excited at the potential that that is correct. So, I know what I must do. Do you do birthdays, sir? I did my birthday this year. I went to... Actually, I don't think I went anywhere. I think I just had my birthday. Yeah, for my birthday, I had a little get-together. I had a little get-together potluck, actually. Randy was there for a little bit. Hunter, Joel, Brooklyn came. Manny was supposed to come, but his foot was acting up, so he didn't come. That's why we went to the museum after. Mind you, that was free as well, but that's fine. But, you know, my friend Sam was supposed to come, but he was sick. Marcel came. One day we'll get Marcel on the channel. He's a hoot. He also complains a lot, but we like that about him. He is my big, friendly, best friend curmudgeon. Just got home from laser. Ooh. I don't know where that is, but it sounds energetic. I know a way you can grow a mega mustache. Use starch and hair gel. Would it be very sticky? I believe that would be very sticky. Now the hair stuff I use is pretty good. But okay, I'm just like, that's fun. I like that it used to be a bike shop and now it's a bake shop. So they just changed the I to an A. Work smarter, not harder. Actually, silver snails around here somewhere. Oh, beautiful work. Ooh, and on the other side too, they have a Porky Pig. To be fair, Porky Pig is kind of a weird name because you're just kind of naming him after the meat product that he creates. It'd be like naming, it's just like, hello, fleshy human. It just doesn't sound right when it's not based after a product, you know? Use a mega mustache to catch flies. Bikes and bakes, that is a great idea. Honestly, both of those together, but then on top have it be a weed shop. So it like combines all of the forms. That's perfection right there. That wouldn't just be smart marketing, that would break marketing. Also, look at that dragon slab they have. That's actually really cool. 2012, built by Jack De Silva. Huh. The triad. The devil's triad, if you will. I can honestly say this area does not feel like Christmas is coming. But also then again, I don't even know Christmas. Ooh, there's an art bake store. Beside a bar. Custom cakes, cupcakes, drinks. You know what I'm realizing? If we go all the way down Dundas, there is a very real chance that we will end up walking by that place that used to be the gallery. And if that's actually still there, I will be able to point it out to prove that it does actually exist. I remember there was the other day where I was looking for instructions and I pulled up MapQuest and I was just like, wait a minute, what year is it? First off, how is MapQuest still a website. Secondly, who the heck remembers MapQuest? Ooh, chunky collectibles. First off, adorable. Secondly, yeah, you got my attention. Cal Yug, 1996. I feel like 1996 might be being a little undergenerous. I'd say like 2006, 2005 probably. But yeah, apparently MapQuest still exists, and the only thing I can say is, you know what? Good for you guys. Against all odds, you are still there. They probably should have. I hope that they were a company that like sold right before Google Maps came out. But also, like, you look around this place, they've got some really cool stuff here. It's definitely overlooked. The Hive, a soul food kitchen. Oh, that sounds delicious. Ooh. Who the fuck is Alice? I don't know. Yahoo still exists. See, that's shocking to me. But to be fair, I might actually switch back to Yahoo because Google's search just kind of sucks now. So I use a Koja as my browser. But I would absolutely, like, I've heard good things about DuckDuckGo, but yeah. Google, I use a Google phone, so it's hard to kind of get Google to, actually I must be able to use a different search engine on a Google phone. The irony there must be just perfect. As a kid, I would make adventures on my grandpa's computer on MapQuest. That's actually a fun idea. You could still do the same thing with, you could absolutely still do the same thing. It would just be with Google Maps, I imagine. I like that song. I actually don't think I know the song of Who is Alice? Unless that's the song, Go Ask Alice, she's the one who knows. Jefferson Airplane, I think, did that one. Use Safari on the Android phone. I'm not that desperate, let's face it. Like, so I guess nothing was worse than Internet Explorer. But that's not that anymore. That's Edge, because they want it to seem edgy. The Silver Snails on Queen Street. Oh, yeah, that's correct. That's right. That's absolutely right. I think they used to be up here, but maybe they moved back to, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Send it to your new discard, Sam. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. I have more productive things to do nowadays than that. I don't. I'll do it for you. Actually, that's a lie. I have to figure out how to get to 1,000 swoops, and then once that happens, everything's good. Melody Crochet. Huh. I bet Joel would like that store. But I just love that artwork. That artist has their creations all over the city. I just find them so interesting. Hi, First Last. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome, welcome. What is the graffiti? It's people playing Tetris, but like, the only thing I have to say is that one piece that the girl is holding, that's clearly a triomino, not a tetromino, which is a problem. Your username is very clever. Thank you so much, bye. I started it because, well, as a tour company, I wanted to do something that was A, tourism-based and highlighted what I'm trying to do in the city, but B, also just trying to like highlight how people naturally say Toronto in the city, if you are from here. Yeah. If you are not from here, then you will not say it correctly. But yeah, one of these days I think I would like to do a big sub drive. Maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow. Maybe I'll see if anyone's available to come with me down to Eaton, like to Dundas Square, to be a part of the chaos, and see if anyone is just like, could someone just come with me and do this thing? Oh, we're at Trinity Bellwoods Park. From the north, very beautiful. Also, great place to come if you're looking to just kind of come and relax and have a really good park day. Trinity Bellwoods, I think, is probably one of the best in the city. Second, maybe only to, actually no, probably better than High Park, because High Park you have to like plan to get to. Trinity Bellwoods is kind of an area you can just fall into. There's so many ways here, it's all very easy. Hello, our TOURonno. Good to see you today on this chilly walking day. I'm not walking chilies. It's just chilly and I'm walking. Just to make that distinction in case anyone had any questions. High Park is too confusing, and there's a lot of it. Like, it's nice, don't get me wrong, but I'm just like, High Park is absolutely a place that can be overwhelming instead of inviting. I actually do want to find out what the exact family tie I have to High Park is. Because I know that one of my relatives had the land that Eaton Center's on now, and then drank that away. And then there's something about High Park. I think it was the McGearys had a house there or something, but couldn't say for sure. There we go. Was it donated land? I don't. Probably not. Let's be fair.
Literally. My friend.
Huh. Humans and our concepts of time are very strange and askew because we cannot see beyond our own lifetime. But the benefit with climate change and all the terrible things happening is that maybe we won't have to. Maybe we're the last. Isn't that exciting? Then the planet gets its Earth back. Not my favorite. Not bad, but not my favorite. Send to your Discord messages. Thanks, Sam. I mean, technically everything is donated land if you think that the indigenous people donated their land. Is it just me or are there not big cemeteries downtown? Certainly not downtown. You'll find there's a couple people buried in a couple of the older churches, but you'll find the necropolis is one of them, but that's over in Cabbagetown. Mount Pleasant is a really big one, but that's up north. Not a lot of places with like a lot there, you know? We are now entering Little Portugal. Also, that Rudolph is looking... I mean, I hope everyone knows I was being facetious about the indigenous comment. Yeah, very much stolen land. I sometimes forget my jokes are really dark. But then again, so is the humor. Mood. Fair enough. I don't know what this is, but they've got a lot of colors that I like in their logo. And it's called Speakeasy, which I do enjoy. Speakeasy, it's a tattoo shop. Wait a minute. This is Speakeasy that used to be on Harvard Street. That's where I got my arm tattoo. Huh. British jokes are darker. That's because they're super white and they've colonized everything, so they just took all the dark jokes for themselves. This is the Lakeview Diner. Again, never a place you plan to go, but someplace you will inevitably end up if you live in Toronto long enough. Great diner. Great, great diner. I am that reindeer. Cemetery by the woods, east of St. John. We didn't steal the blade. We politely asked them to stand aside at gunpoint. Hopping over, hopping up. La Burger Republic. Nightbot, don't come for me. Oh, I'm glad Nightbot's got a new crush. Oh, Getwell's over here now. Another great bar. I think they used to do arcade stuff in there. I wonder if they still do. Because that was like their whole shtick for many years, I believe. So many old buildings. Yeah, a lot of them. I will say this area has a lot of difference. Like you have a lot of the old meets the new. And it's all just kind of hodgepodge together in an interesting way. Also, I don't know what this chicken is, but I think I love it. Little Portugal Barcelos rooster was gifted to the city of Toronto in 2021. You go, rooster. I like that Portugal got their cock out. Good for them. People work until what time on Saturday? I guess it depends on the business. As long as needed, I guess. I'm only working until I can go home again, which will depend on two things. Number one, how long the rip in my pants holds out. And number two, actually that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the reason. That is Fernando's chicken. I don't know, but it's certainly not tasty once it's cooked. Reminds me of Nando's chicken from the yeah. No, I definitely see what you got. I've actually never been to Nando's. Isn't he good? I imagine it must be at least okay if there's so many of them.
Okay, bro.
But oh,
What are you up to? He watched it.
oh, the dangers of having someone walk slowly towards you. Some people just aren't observant, myself included. It is good. Well, good. I am not in a position to get to buy anything over the next couple days. I'm just like, let's finish off what's at home and then go from there. Imagine people arguing over who is going out with Nightbot. You know what? Nightbot's very in demand, but unfortunately, he is mine. I've just been lending him out to other people. She's a disco Dawani. I don't know what that is or how that is, but good for her. Good afternoon, Chowdhury. Welcome. We are currently at the corner of Dundas and Dovercourt, just to give everybody a general idea of the area. This will actually be the furthest west I've been on Dundas in the channel. So theoretically, this should take us right to Dundas West. And then from there, I'll probably head home. Because at that point, it's still like an hour walk home. So, the dedication. Oh, don't worry, it's warm now. And by it's warm now, I mean that I have actually walked enough that I can't feel cold anymore. I don't feel pain. By the looks of it, there won't be any outdoor parking lots downtown. They're all being replaced with condos. But where will people randomly park downtown? Oh no, so bad for them. Everyone knows my opinions on cars downtown. I'm just like, less cars downtown. Park on the outskirts, take TTC in. That way you can be miserable along with the rest of us. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. That'd be mean. But seriously, do that. Honestly, the city doesn't care. Really doesn't. We're getting a lot of condos very quickly, even if the condo market has crashed. But it's like, you think of some of the cool things that they could do with those areas. Like, I don't know. Even if they made it a mall with towers on top, like the Well, that's not so bad. But like, you can do stuff with big open spaces like that. It doesn't always need to be all or nothing, you know? You know? Also, going this way, I've actually never noticed that particular portrait before, but that's a really cool mural. I really like that one. It's almost like an elongated tarot card. Ooh, a place called the Knit Cafe. Huh. A lot of knitting places over here. And on the same day I discovered that I enjoy embroidery. Not good embroidery, just random embroidery. That black box represents the Epstein files. Never forget, my friend. Never forget. Okay, all these times I've been over here, I feel like I'm moving closer and closer to the area where the art gallery was. And I'm just like, was it actually just over a block or two? Because if it was, I will feel bad. Because every time I've just been like, no, I'm bailing here. And if every time I've bailed right before the beginning where it gets good. Whew, if someone draws a terrible picture, is that still considered art? I guess it depends who draws it and what their intention is. But art could also be argued as, oh my God, it's right here. This is literally where the gallery was.
Wow.
No, it is not. Never mind. I'm lying.
I've never.
Art cannot be argued that it is only art when it has value intrinsically to other people. But I don't know about that. I feel like you can have a art can be important in the sense that like it is yourself being poured into something, but I don't know if that necessarily makes it art. I feel like art is a combination between intention and value. And I feel like if you make something with great intention of creating art with a message, then yes. Art has message, content does not necessarily have message. The stuff I'm doing on this channel, content. The work I do really hard to like make paintings and stuff, art. Theoretically. That's the plan. That's the plan at least. I don't know for sure. But, you know. Options. Always options. The real question is if a kid's drawing and they make something that is, oh, let's see. True love, gross. Wasn't that sweet? Just like, yay, old lesbians. They're probably my age, but I'm just like, yay. Is it that free expression? How do you classify if there's a thing? It's a good question. Some of them just get too political, trying to think of how to word that in my head, but Harjot, hello buddy, good to see you. I always argue that in my mind. The way I see art is that art is the combination between value and intention. Like, if a kid is making art, it only truly becomes art when it reaches the point where what they are conveying can be understood, and it can be understood by people who aren't directly, like, related or a part of them. You know? That would be what I would say. So that is where the bus lanes begin. So everything south of here, those buses have a free route directly down, and bike people cannot go into those lanes. Hello, Carl. Yeah, by all means, raise your hand. That stops us. Anyways. Don't you know why they don't sell alcohol in correctional facilities? Because the bars are always closed. Sam. But also, hello, Carl, just in case I haven't actually officially said that yet. Good to have you today. Thanks for joining us. Since it is an hour in, allow me to do a spiel. Hello, everyone. My name is Matti. I'm a tour guide in Toronto, Ontario. I customize tours for people who are like walking around the city. So if you or someone you know is coming to the city, or you just like to experience different sides of the city than you normally do, please consider booking a tour. You could do that through descriptions with the links to VIATOR and TRIPADVISor. If you are new here to this channel and you're enjoying what you see, I ask you to please consider like it. When you like a video, it will encourage YouTube to recommend it to other people. And finally, if you did enjoy this and you would like to help our channel out in a major way, please consider subscribing. We are slowly trying to inch our way towards 1,000, so that this can be something that we make a living on. So if you can help that out in any way, shape, or form, it is greatly appreciated. All right, back to the show. Artists are the smartest people establishing the what if out there. Drugs are yes. Artists are thinkers. I would agree. I feel like that's kind of what makes art art and not just content. I think there can be bad art. In fact, I think bad art can be just as important as good art, because bad art can make you think and invite conversation. Content is just meant to be consumed. But here's the thing. If I make something, like if I accidentally on a YouTube stream say, I have a point so poignant that it changes your mindset about something, I would argue that that has then become art, because it has affected a change in someone. And that is ultimately the point of what art is supposed to do. So did I intend to make art by doing content? No. But can art come from content? Absolutely. I hope that makes sense. Oh. But my intention with this channel is not to create art. It is to create community and to allow me to do something with my brain so that I can actually go home and focus. Art portrays society and your values. Absolutely. I think that that's a very important point. Because ultimately people make art that reflects who we are and our beliefs and our thoughts. And that's a lot of the reason why a lot of art can be very contentious. But at the same time, that's still very important. Community is art. Art is then favorited by others and then becomes art. Agreed. Here's my question. Like, is a meme art? Debatable. But it is something that is affecting change and it is bringing people joy. So I would say a meme can be art. But when a meme is intentionally painted or turned into art, then it is absolutely art. So many gray areas, and that's the beauty of it. It's because there is no straight answer. It's all just shades of gray, which ironically can make great paintings, because monocolor paintings are some of the coolest. I will say, one day, one of my goals is to be able to afford one of the paintings of Rachel Perry, because her work is fantastic, and I think that she is a great human being, and she deserves to be much more successful than she is. So, if I ever do that, that is one of the first things I should do. Oh, I think I found it. I think I found where the gallery was. Oh, I did. I think I did. If someone would offer you $1 million right now, but ask you to stop your YouTube channel, would you do it? Yeah, obviously. They didn't say I couldn't start a new one. Doy. Here's the thing. With $1 million, I could create so much different things. And I feel like that would be almost like a, yeah, let's put this to bed. But okay, so this used to be a gallery that was called Roseville Gallery. It looks like it's just homes now. But like, When we shot my movie, it was all done here. When I met Rachel McAdams, that was here. Yeah. They've also just completely changed the artwork that was up here. This used to be just a bunch of flowers. But yeah, now they've just turned it into apartments. Huh. Interesting. But yeah. I mean, kind of disappointing to see that it was turned into apartments, but also that makes a lot of sense, considering the person who was running the gallery was really just using that space as an apartment, and we were kind of just paying her so that she could live there. So that's something else. I have a high school teacher, geography teacher, retired as a photographer. She takes pictures from all over multinational and abstract. Look at the house behind. Just start a new one and give them that. Fair enough. Here's my thing. $1 million gets me out of debt, sets me up for life, pretty much, or at least a couple of years, sets my parents up for life, or at least for a while, and could greatly help out my sister and my nephews. So I'm just like, that I would probably take. Hands down, point blank, done. Done deal, sold, $1 million, done. But yeah, we're just starting. And there are ways around it. I will always be making something. And what I found that's great about this is that it combines a lot of the strengths that I already do. Because it combines tourism, it combines, well, the big thing is it's just me. I get to talk and I get to share experiences and share what my life is like here and what my life has been. And if nothing else, definitely helps me hone my storytelling, which is probably the thing that I find most important in my life. Because I think that at the end of the day, all we are is stories. And by having ways we can kind of share those points across, especially in the era of AI and corporate takeovers, really the only thing we have are our stories. So, yeah. $1 million, you could easily invest in stocks and even have to worry about anything anymore. After that, yes, you can take care of your entire family with a portion of the profits that you make. Yep. 1 million invested and you live off of it for life. I know. Hey, as soon, you know what? Once I get the check, I'll be calling you folks up and be like, hey, set me up, make it happen. Let's do it. That is a human walkie-talkie. Oh, Sam. I know that's not the first time I've said that today, but I'm just like, oh, Sam. Now, what I would do is I'd probably do, yeah, stocks, bonds, set myself up for a while, help family out, and then probably try to do something like Sam Reich does, where I just get a team of like improvisers or probably fringe artists together and be like, we're all gonna make art now. I think that'd be cool. I'd actually like to start my own fringe festival. That'd be cool. Like, the fact that Toronto doesn't have a winter fringe is baffling to me. Our YouTube community, the best thing you can do with $1 million after you invest is take some of the profits and develop new technology that makes the YouTube streaming much more efficient. Again, like, everything I do online is secondary to anything I do in real life. So, real life is tactile, it's change making, it's effective. And like, the more everything streams, like, the harder the push towards AI and technology, yes, I think it's important to have that. But I also want to highlight the human element. Like, there's a reason why I specialize in walking tours. And it's because there is something incredibly tactile about being able to have a relationship with your city. And I think that that's something that people appreciate and communicate. So, yeah. If you invested money in Canada, you can 3 times leverage it over 2,500, so I think about 1 mil at 10 or 20. I don't know what any of those words mean. No frills, is that a no frill store? It is a no frill store. That used to be a No Hill Farms. Oh, you know what this means? The street's rocketing up, meaning that we can't be far from Dundas. If anyone knows what that is, I do not know what that is, actually. No, I appreciate the I appreciate the point in the comment. I just wish I understood it. Again, in many ways I'm very smart, and in other ways I am dumb as a post. And my brain just cannot latch on to the clues about that. Knob Hill Farm, we used to call it Slop Hill Farms. Oh, is Doug Ford here? No, kidding, kidding. Doug Ford is a man. Ding ding. Creating new products in art. 1 million profit you make from that. The best thing to help the community out there, whatever they wish, by creating new products that make their easier. Yeah. I think you used to have a slaughterhouse there too. I mean, slaughterhouses are kind of something that are hard to keep secret, right? So this is the exact point where Dundas and College intersect and become one street. So, there it is, folks. We've done it. We have defeated Dundas Street. And now it's just kind of, I think it's College all the way, no, it's Dundas still. So College just gets absorbed on this side. We need more Randy for fun facts and historical quirks. We'll get him in the new year. But if you think Randy's good, on Monday with my dad, like, I am sure that he will have, like, non-stop facts. You can pretty much ask my dad about any historical event, and he'll know the year, he'll know the context, he'll know why it was important. Like, I'm just kind of at the point now where my brain is slowly, like, shifting periods of time together and knitting it into a, because I'm just like, oh, Mozart was this time, but that was what's happening here, and this is what's happening here, and this is what's happening here. But like, I couldn't tell you when everything was. And it's only been in the past couple months that I feel like all these disparate things that I know are slowly being sewn up into like one cohesive timeline. I'm nowhere close to being anywhere near finished, but it's interesting to kind of realize just like, oh, that happened a lot sooner than you thought, or that happened a lot later than you thought. Sorry, I missed a couple here. Imagine streaming your daily walks using only a pair of glasses that were no extra batteries. One finger always from doing... I mean, to be fair, that would be nice. I'm sure that'll come one day. You going to Parliament Hill, the new big dig in front of the spot? Yes, we are. We're going to hit it up. I'm planning to take my dad into the hotel there, and I'm going to give him the history that Katie gave me when she was up. I got to actually talk to her about beautiful Titanic connections. She is obsessed with Titanic. And I'm just like, yeah, she's perfect. She's perfect. I'm just hoping the new era of AI help finish world hunger. You know what? World hunger will only be solved when rich people decide it should happen. That's kind of what I've figured out. Because they had a plan to solve world hunger, and it would have cost around like $8 or $9 billion. But even if it only cost $60 billion, even if it costs as much as like $60, $70 billion, there are people out there who can make that happen within like 5 years, and they instead just hoard their money. So yeah, I'm kind of done with billionaires. I don't think that there's a good billionaire out there. And yes, that includes Oprah, that includes Taylor Swift, all of them. I don't think you can be a billionaire and a good person. Although technically you wouldn't be in charge of your own empire at that point. So whoever is running your empire is not a good person. Doug is a J. Oh. We can't solve homelessness in Toronto, not even close to solving world hunger. I mean, to be fair, again, it kind of comes from being like, how much of these problems could we solve if certain people were taxed accordingly and we had the money to be able to do it? Like, imagine how much education could be improved. Yes, I am coming from like, perhaps I'm a little bit too much on a socialist angle, but I'm just like, grow up in my life and try to be anything else. We can Steve, we just don't have the will. Eh. I don't even know if it's the will. I just think that everything right now feels so... Everything feels so hopeless. And everything feels so hard. And I'm just like, there's so much out there that is worth fighting for. It's just really hard to fight when A, you're being pit against the wrong people, and B, you're being aggressively, like, we're put in perilous situations every day that seem insurmountable. And at some point, you start to believe that it's insurmountable, which just makes everything harder. We are spending over $400 million for a parking lot for the new spot, the former Ontario place. If that's how much if they're actually putting a parking lot there, what the hell? Like, that would... I try not to get angry, but like, actions of hope. We have to trust that there's something better coming. And we have to trust that we're not socialist problem. You can't tax your way out of money pouring into corporations. That's kind of it. I'm just like, the same day that they're trying to cut back and save money on the bottom line by firing people, while also giving billionaires, like, the term I've come to really hate is shareholders. The shareholders' value. I'm just like, I don't give a darn about the shareholders' value. Do you know what would happen if Reese's... I'm going to take like a really random example here. Imagine Reese's Cups. You know what? I'm gonna actually switch around for this one because this is important. All right. Imagine Reese's Cups. They used to be this big, right? Imagine they're now this big. And they have cited things like rising costs, everything else. Could you imagine if they even just advertised as being like, we're going to make our cups like 50% bigger, even 25% bigger. Imagine what would happen to their sales. They would skyrocket. They would have such goodwill from the clients. But I'm just like, this entire idea of enshittification and shrinkage is kind of ridiculous. And just like, if you just made something and advertised it as being like, hey, we're going to take a cut into our profits to do this, that would have a huge response from a lot of people. Just saying. My new hue is a building. The Tower of Parliament Hill, they're designed it. They have a company building it for them there. Oh, okay. Corporate welfare is a real thing. How many billions went to Loblaws and Walmart during our pandemic? Well, weren't they a lot of those places were still open. Because you couldn't close grocery stores. But also, did as much need to go to them as it probably did? I can't say. I don't have that information, sadly. Shrinkflation is more the norm. I just like, imagine if there was a company that made a public statement being like, you know what? We have shrunk our product enough. Because like, you look at a Reese's cup now. It's ridiculous how small they were compared to before. And I'm just like, if you just made a system that was just like, hey, we're going to have this, it's going to be a new thing. And like, we're going to go back to the old size. Imagine the boom of popularity that product would have. People who wouldn't even want it would go out and get it. Because I'm just like, yeah, this company's doing the right thing. Homelessness ends with guaranteed income comes. Well, yes and no. You still have to also deal with, like, where do these people go? What do we do? But like, I've been a personal supporter of, what was it, guaranteed income? And to be fair, like, if you give poor people money, they immediately pour it back into the community. You give rich people money, they hoard it. So it's one of those situations where it's just like, that's probably better for the economy. And also, you know, guaranteed income will also inflate rental prices too. So the entry level will just be more difficult. Yeah, that's another part of it too. Get rid of Duckford, Ontario place. Return to what it was, and they bring the Science Centre back to where it was as well. That is one thing that I think that Toronto desperately needs. Is like, we've actually destroyed a lot of our tourist attractions, which doesn't make a lot of sense when there's not a lot of stuff here to do in the first place. You mostly come to Toronto for the food, but like there's a lot of stuff that you could do here that make it more interesting and exciting. Oh, I didn't realize how low the camera was. There we go. That's better. Toronto City Council is trying to save Ontario Science Centre from demolition, as they should. It shouldn't be demolished. That should be where the Science Centre is. Like, that place is like such memories for an entire generation plus, you know? And we need to have like more, like, science promotes thinking. Science promotes excitement. And the more that people can understand science, the better their understanding of literally the entire world. So, I don't know. Science Center need to have a reno and update the theme. Yeah, you're not wrong. Definitely not wrong there. But honestly, I remember the years it was the idea was floated years ago. It's just like, we should turn Ontario Place into just a water park downtown. And I'm just like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You need to rename your channel to TOURonno. Come enjoy, you're not too late to the party. I'm gonna, the name I was lovingly given was TOURonno. So I'm just like, you know what? All right, I'll take that one. God, I really try not to be political, but then it just, my very existence is political. How can you not be political in today's day and age? I don't know, friends. Thank you for putting up with me. That's what I thought. I visited the OSC in 2021, and I was disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. I actually went to the Science Center in 2021 as well. But me and my friend went with a bottle of liquor, and we got a little schmammered, and then it became so much fun. So, yeah. That's how you do the Science Center. I mean, you know, theoretically, it was a lot of fun way to do Science Center. Oh. Oddly enough, the Mars bar has always been the same size, but we put 2 into 1 and make it longer. Huh. Austin, hello, welcome. Good to see you again, my friend. Thanks for coming back. Exactly, how can you not be? Well, when I'm just like, I remember pointing this out the other day, where I'm just like, I really wish that there wasn't an entire section of government that was against my existence simply because I am attracted to a specific gender. You know? That's just weird. Imagine if people were penalized for being straight. Can you imagine how that would go down? People would be like, oh, what do you think about, like, protect the children? Just like, protect them from what? They're growing up in the same world I am. And if anything, protect the queer children, because they're the ones who are getting picked on. So stop demonizing people already. Screw you guys. Not you guys. You guys are great. But, you know. That being said, people should absolutely protect me from their children, because I will make them a socialist. Goodness gracious. Literally just almost saw a car get hit by the TTC train. And that was not the train's fault. We're getting a lot of those today. Woo! Did we pass Roncy yet? We did. Unfortunately. We're actually at the north part of Dundas, coming to Bloor. I mean, theoretically, I could continue walking Dundas north, but I think I am going to take the next hour and just walk home, because it's like 1:30. Joel's already gone to work and probably on his way back already. Protect Torontonians from bad drivers. See, that is a cause we should all be able to get behind. But that starts by not pulling out the darn bike lanes. Canada is as bad as Russia for driving. You know what? It's the Christmas season. It brings out the worst in everybody. More transit content here than on my channel. That's only because there's too many accidents. Oh. I feel like I have been especially ranty today. And there's that part of me that's just like, I don't even know where this is coming from today. I had toast. I ate. Also, look at the number of pigeons on the roof of that. Amazing. That is an amazing number of pigeons. We are a pro-pigeon household here. No one is paying attention to anything except stocking stuffers. You're not wrong. All of them stockings getting stuffed. Oh, sorry guys. I jiggled the thing again. There was something I did the other day, just for like a completely selfish purpose, is I looked in the, can I zoom in on the pigeons? I can't really zoom in on this option, but like, it's kind of like the birds, but not quite as intense. But still close, still definitely close. I do feel bad for pigeons. Literally, they were an animal that was brought in and domesticated specifically to be friendly and to have... I was looking at that guy with the bike and the other guy with the bike. Don't do that. Don't do... Ugh. Anyways. They were an animal that was specifically brought into the city and domesticated because they were of use to us. And then as soon as, like, more efficient ways of communication were developed, we abandoned the pigeon, and now people consider them rats with wings. But I'm just like, if you look at a pigeon, some of them are very, very beautiful birds. Someone must be feeding the pigeons, let alone Pigeon Lady and Home Alone 2. Oh, Home Alone movies. Maybe that's what we'll watch tonight. It's my favorite episode of, it is my favorite it's my favorite movie about domestic violence. Everyone's favorite holiday movie about someone's just getting... I mean, let's face it, they die multiple times in that movie. They ain't coming out alive. Stop picking on the pigeons, they are cute. I agree. They're such sweet little... They can be sweet little birds. Just sweet, cute little birds. Maybe not cuddly. Maybe don't like cuddle pigeons or eat them. But like, you know. Are they nice and harmless? Yeah. Very harmless. I can only imagine how horses were abandoned once. You know what? That's a way to solve pollution in the city and traffic. Outlaw cars. Only horses. God, could you imagine? There is a city somewhere that you're only allowed to have a golf cart. I'm just like, that would be brilliant. The actress that played the Pigeon Lady is from Ireland. Oh. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Doesn't she have an accent in the movie, or no? I love the mushroom people. Guys, this was a long walk today. Woo. We humans think we're the only ones on the planet. And it's true. It can take a lot for people to think that we're not the be all and end all of the planet. We're a small part of it. But we have taken an exorbitant amount of space and resources on ourselves. Which, you know, we are intelligent. We are capable of cooperation. We're capable of great good and great evil, you know? And there is nowhere that is more on display than the Christmas season. Oh. I will say it is an hour and a half in, therefore I should do my spiel. Welcome people, if you're new here. My name is Matti. I am a tour guide in Toronto. I specialize in customized walking tours in and around the city. So if you're looking to come to Toronto, or if you're here and you just want to see a different side of it, please consider booking a tour. It helps us live. And essentially, if you have anyone who's coming to Toronto or wants to see the city, recommend for them as well. You can find links to the TripAdvisor and VIATOR in the description below. From there, if you are new to the stream, please like the stream. It allows YouTube to recommend it to other people so that they have an idea of what we're in for. And finally, if you can subscribe to the channel, it helps us out a great deal. So please consider doing that. Back to the channel. Are those condos now? I would not be surprised. It certainly looks like they're condos, but it definitely looks like a building that was converted into condos. Although to be fair, this looks like this has been constructed as condos a while ago. I'm thinking like 80s, 90s. So. Nightbot is losing his touch. He's not timed out hunter. It's my new cologne. So what they're saying is Hunter smells now. That's the key. That's how they're flirting now. You know, for as cold as it is, or maybe I'm just getting the hang of the gimbal plus the cord, but I'm just like, it hasn't pulled the speaker out once, which is pretty great. This area was all industrial in the 90s. Really? I guess that would make sense. Also, look at the number of cell phone towers on that building. Just from the construction of the buildings, I would assume that it would be earlier than that. But yeah, the 90s, I guess I could see too. Imagine if you moved into a place in the 90s and you held it for this long. Your rent would be like $500. Kind of crazy to think about. Dang it, now I have the Britney Spears Santa Can You Hear Me song going through my head. Man. You want to talk about complicated modern legacies? I did the calculations the other day. Britney Spears got famous in 1999 with Baby One More Time. Arguably 1998, 1999. We'll be generous and say 1998. She had her breakdown in 2006. So if you look at that, that's 8 years being generous. 8 years of fame that did all of that to her. During that time, she released Toxic. She released all of, like, many, many classic songs. She then comes back under a conservatorship, right? She is in that conservatorship. Oh. She is literally in that, as soon as I said that, the gimbal breaks slightly. But she's in that conservatorship until 2020, what was it, 2021 or 2022? That's literally twice the time that she was initially famous of her own volition. She was kept in a conservatorship that kept her working long beyond that she should have, at the detriment of her own health and everything else. But like, literally kept without having a voice for twice the amount of time that you were initially famous. That's crazy. Big landlords have a way of getting above the guideline rent, so no more than 500 rent. So no more 500 rents there. Fair enough. Landlords won't keep you for that long. Gimbal is having a fit. I know, I shouldn't have said anything. I jinxed it. Ooh, a lounge and gentleman's club? I would love to sit for a minute. But I don't think that's the kind they're talking about. I did forget how far out Dundas West is. And now I'm just like, huh. Do I regret this? Was this a bad idea? Maybe. But it's okay. Sitting there involves a lap dance, Maddie. Well, it's okay. My lap's not moving. I'd just be like, go over there. I don't care. Don't go there. Not suggested. Well, I certainly wouldn't be able to stream from in there. That's the problem. Hey, guys, look. Cheap friends. To be fair, if I was going to go to a gentleman's club, I would go to one that was nicer, looking on the outside. But yeah, now that I have the Britney song going through my head, what other Christmas songs can go through my head instead? That would be better ones to listen to. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? 'Cause I knew you. Ugh. Maybe that's what we'll watch tonight. We'll see if there's a good version of Wicked Part 2. We can just watch all of Wicked. You know how that would be? Absolutely cool. See, the way that my brain works sometimes with these distance things is I'm just like, I know that it takes me about 40 minutes for me to walk from here to about where I used to work at Snakes and Lattes. So, if I'm walking about 40 minutes here to there, and I know that it's about 40 minutes there to home, this could end up being one of my longer walks today. Do you watch any YouTubers from Toronto? I do. I watch as many as I can, as often as I can. My thing is I don't actually get reminders a lot of time. I also watch other people who aren't directly from Toronto, but who are around the area. So like Brad Palmer is someone I watch regularly when he does stuff, because he's from North Bay and I like to see my hometown. I watch Ken's stuff. Everyone watches Johnny's stuff. That's like not even a question. But like, All I Want for Christmas by Macy. I don't know who Macy is. Isn't All I Want for Christmas Is You? That's a Mariah song. Mariah Carey. If you can do a whistle tone like her, good on you, because that is a trick that I have not mastered. I'm not going to try it on this because that would be too much effort. Don't watch Yoshi. Oh, well, when he's on, I will watch him. Who else is there in Toronto that I recommend? Kyle Walker? Really, really great guy. Actually getting to spend time with him and doing the walk with him a little while ago, that was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed that one. I haven't seen any of Alicia's streams, but I hear she's good. Of course, there's Ninja, there's Vasily. A lot of people. It's actually quite a... someone who I don't see as often pop up right now is T-Shots. And she's someone who I crossed paths with her briefly once when I was just getting started for Nuit Blanche. But that's about it. I haven't actually done a lot. Haven't done any connection with her since then. Hello, Mark. Welcome to the stream today. The plan is currently to head back to the village. Go see things, go do things. Go talk to people. Lots of tattoo parlors around here. I don't know if everyone's noticed that, but a lot of tattoo parlors. Do you know any ghost hunters from Toronto? No, actually. Ooh, is that what I should do? Should I become a ghost hunter? I can become a ghost hunter vlogger. I'll just go out at night and be like, was that a ghost? I'll be like, no, it's a raccoon. But then I'll find a raccoon and that will just make me more happy. Nothing is better than finding a raccoon. I love T-Shots. Yeah, she seems great. Oh, I mean, I guess I should probably mention Ready Eddie. Because let's face it, he's the reason I'm doing this. Who am I missing? I don't know what this is, but I'm immediately intrigued. Find a drunk guy hugging the raccoon. I'm the drunk guy hugging the raccoon. We all know that's going to happen. I don't know what this is, but I'm just like, huh. Bloor Collegiate Institute, Alfalfa, and Abercrombie School. So, looks like this will be a school, but I'm just like, huh. That's got actually just like a cool little courtyard area. Neat. That's the new Bloor Collegiate High School. Ah. I mean, I should have figured that out by the fact that it said Bloor Collegiate on it. But you know, sometimes I'm not that smart usually. I will say for anyone who was tuning in specifically to watch with me and Jess, unfortunately she postponed to New Year, but we're both excited to still do it. I'm really excited to be able to share with you what her book is all about. And I know she has a lot of things that she's really excited to share with us about the area of Castle Frank and how it's like her stories there. And also I also like to share stories about how we met and stuff. So should be a good one to look forward to, I think. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just charging the gimbal for, I'm gonna say about 15 more minutes. Once this hits 2 hours, I'll plug it back into the microphones and then hope that it can keep going with the stream. But we'll see, we shall see. All the students got relocated to Central Tech High School on Bloor and Bathurst for the construction. Oh, I mean, that would make sense. I wonder if that means they'll be back there in the new year. Because the building looks pretty good, like pretty filled up, which is good. Does anyone know what Super Wonder Gallery is? Because it looks like it could be my jam. A Gino's Pizza. A lot of construction. Oh, I guess this is the area. I see what you were saying. Because this is the construction that's probably happening that's causing that area to be trouble. But man, this is going to be such an, like, look at all the construction that's here. When these are all done, this area is going to be like a massive boom. Also, do I say boom too much? I hadn't considered that before, but after saying it like a bunch in a very short amount of time, I am curious. Apologies for the sniffles. They cannot be avoided right now. Man, you know what my dinner's probably going to be tonight? I'm probably going to cut up hot dogs, and I'm just going to put them in eggs. I'm going to have hot dogs and eggs. A breakfast like I'm 6. Speaking of pigeons, look at that little pigeon mural. That's so cute. Bloor CI is gone. I guess that's what the new I guess that's where the new building is. But all that development. This is the library. Another beautiful library. Toronto has a lot of really nice libraries. You know that? Also cloud glare up there on top of Taco Bell. I don't quite know what the mural is underneath, but I'm just like, I like the colors. Oh, I guess it's just Taco Bell. Oh, that's less exciting. Hey, BG, haven't seen you in a bit. Good to see you, my friend. I'm currently walking along Bloor. So we did Dundas from the square all the way to the Bloor, and now we're just making our way back along Bloor and then down Young. Will we go down to Dundas Square again? No, we shan't. That would be very silly, and my legs would fall off. So we're not going to do that, but we'll do something similar. This was my old neighborhood. I moved out summer 2024. Oh, I just missed you. This would have been the area I lived around like 2014 to 2016, 18 maybe? Hello. I do like this piece. I think it's really cool. Any still frame that can capture like that glow and that feel and the liquidity of plasma, I'm always just like, oh, that's cool. I like that a lot. I'm also struggling to figure out if I get my parents or sister or family or anything for Christmas other than mine and Joel's plan to get each other stuff from TOURonno. The Maker Bean Cafe. Ooh. That sounds delicious. Got one of those beautiful old school churches. Oh. Well, you're not going anywhere anytime soon. Good afternoon from Lakeland, Florida. Hello, Lakeland, Florida. Thanks for coming by, Kevin. Welcome to the chat today. We're having a good time. It's a little bit cold, but it is Toronto, so that isn't unexpected at this time of year. The Muppet Christmas Carol. Okay. Apart from the Alistair Sim version of the Christmas Carol, what is your favorite version of the Christmas Carol? And why is it the Muppets Christmas Carol? Because it should absolutely be the Muppets. Oh my god, what time does it start? It starts at 2 p.m. What time is it right now? 2:54. Oh. Basement review. There it is. That's the hunter we know. Man, you have a camera, and then suddenly everyone who just wants to be an arsehole driver suddenly starts being like, oh shoot, I shouldn't be an arsehole driver because I don't want to be that person on camera. But to be fair, you shouldn't need a camera on you. You just shouldn't be an arsehole. Balloons on Bloor. I wonder what they sell. By the way, balloons, probably number one. Like, I hate balloons. I hate balloons with a fiery passion. They freak me out. I know it's illogical. I know they can't hurt me, but I hate them. Hunter got kissed by Nightbot. Aw. The relationship is repaired. Hunter and Nightbot. I don't know about what Hunter and Nightbot do up there, but I believe it's something. So this place over here called Siberia Vintage, that used to be a place called Storefront Theater. And when I did a couple cabarets there, it was a lot of fun. But I will say that it was expensive for what we got. But I did manage to do a 12-hour, like I did two 12-hour cabarets. So I essentially have someone playing piano for 12 hours. And I would get up and sing for 12 hours, and we made communal art. It was a lot of fun. It was really good. I was very young at the time and not quite sure what I was doing, but I would absolutely do it again. So one day I shall do something. Thank God the bite lines did not remove. Well, let's hope the L sticks, because I know that's something that's been contentious recently. But preparing to go to pub tonight. Yeah, Timmy. Oh, you rock that pub. You enjoy it. You let me know what you get tomorrow when we come on and we talk about food for 12 hours, because that's what we do. Yeah. I am doing this silly thing where I forgot to brush my teeth this morning, which happens sometimes. I'm only human. I'm not kissing anyone until I get home. Actually, probably not even then either, let's be fair. But I'm gonna, like, it's one of those moments where I'm just like, I really wish I had brushed my teeth. Because you just get that feeling on your teeth where you're just like, I know this isn't as clean as it could be. Also, it's definitely too much information. So. I haven't taken the bus in a while, so I'm a little bit worried. I haven't heard great things about the bus, as you told me, but I have to hope it gets you there safe. Ooh, we're coming up to Comedy Bar, which if you've never been to Comedy Bar, absolutely a place I would recommend in Toronto. Oh wait, did I pass it or am I going the wrong way? One of those two. I think it's up street. Fear the bus. Always fear the bus. But then again, the bus hasn't 8 people in weeks, you're fine. California. Oh. I know I've said this before, but the one thing about having a septum piercing and going out for long walks in the cold is that inevitably your septum piercing gets cold to the point where it will trigger your nose to run even if there is zero reason for it to. And it's quite annoying, but it looks so good and cool. Or maybe stupid. Some people don't like it, but I like it. Oh, look, an Eritrean flag. So if we're at Ossington, that means we're going to come up to one of my favorite parks in the city. See where it goes. If you visit California, don't visit in the winter because it's too cold. I'm sure there's something that's nice to do in California during the winter season. It can't be all bad. Oh, Jess just sent me a message being like, now I feel bad because of the Weather Network. I'm just like, don't worry. Sometimes things happen. Toronto is colder. But here's the thing. Toronto is frequently defensible cold. You wear the right jacket, you wear the right sweater combination, you walk enough, you're fine. Halifax is like that wet cold that like seeps into your boat, presumably. I've never been there myself. Everybody stays at home and drinks in winter. Oh. Californians really talking a Valley Girl accent. I am curious to know if Halifax does have a Valley Girl accent. Is there a Halle Valley? Halle Valley, if you will? I know there's an Ottawa Valley accent, but it's kind of funny to think. Like I was watching something the other day, and apparently America has more passive advertising than anywhere else in the world. I look around Toronto and just like, well, Toronto has a lot of passive advertisement, but I'm just like, we definitely don't have as much as America. Because a lot of our, like if I turn this way, a lot of the visual space, sure, there's a billboard up there for Bell, which just says B right now, so it's not a particularly good one. But most of the space is actually pretty open, apart from store names and all of that stuff. But a lot of the space that could be used for specifically like advertisement, a lot of it's been used for art. Like that one right there, Dish with One Spoon. Which is a great, great metaphor for the area. I think something that humanity can learn from as well. But, you know. Yes, there is, but not a desirable accent. I think every accent's desirable. It makes you interesting. It makes you proud of the area you're from. That's why my Northern Ontario accent is sometimes terrible. People chirp me because apparently Windsor isn't technically the valley, but for me it is. Well, I can't argue the logic because I don't know where any of that is. Sky is gray, sand is gray, ocean is gray. I feel right at home, it's budding monotone, alone in my way. Ooh, that's a really pretty tree in the middle there. See that nice little pop of white? Of course, I pull it over at the time where it's the least interesting. But I assure you, I find it a very interesting tree. All right, we're at 2 hours. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. My name is Matti. I am a tour guide in Toronto. I specialize in customized walking tours, and if you or someone you know is coming to the area and you would like to book me, you can do so through the links in the description to VIATOR and TRIPADVISOR. In addition, if you're watching the stream for the first time, I would highly encourage you to like it because that allows YouTube to know to recommend it to other people. As such, if you are enjoying it and you wish to help out the channel a great deal, please consider subscribing. It is a wonderful area. I love to show it off as much as I can. I stream for 2 hours every day, and I would appreciate having you along for the ride. All right, what is your favorite park in Toronto? Ooh. I mean, I know Graffiti Alley doesn't count as a park, but I will say Christie Pitts is a great park. As you can see, it's big, it's open, it's spacious. Trinity Bellwoods is the big one. Everyone loves Trinity Bellwoods. So there's that one as well. High Park is the classic that gets the most love, but Toronto also has a lot of little parks that are definitely worth investigating. So I think it's the wind here that makes it cold. It's always windy, especially by the ocean. That would make sense. I would love to actually, like, I know we have a lake. The lake is great. But, like, ocean is nice. Oh, wait. Also, if you're looking for, like, interesting nature parks to walk through, Bagasse Park that just opened is great. I love it down there. It was super cool. The areas that they built up are great, and it actually flows really well as a park. And also Trillium Park. Great views of the city. Very beautiful. Highly recommend. Does Toronto have a commons like we do? I don't know necessarily what a commons is, to be fair. So I couldn't say. I like Riverdale Park because of the view of downtown. Ooh, Riverdale Park is a good one. Maybe one day I will make a trek specifically over there. I will say tomorrow will probably be a slightly shorter walk, but should still be a good one. Koreatown is cool. Koreatown has a great vibe to it. Really nice area. A lot of fun. Good areas, good prices too, which is great. And the food, like, you can't beat the food. That's base camp over there. If you enjoy climbing, definitely a good place to check out.
MLS has its own, because like so many.
Let's see. Oh my goodness, friends, we've hit 60 people on a Saturday. That's wonderful. Thank you for joining us today. It's great to have you here. What has my longest walk been so far? I think it's been like 3.5 hours, 3 hours? Maybe 2.5 hours, 3. This is gonna come close to that for sure. But I think 3 hours has been the longest walk so far. But by no means the longest walk we shall ever do. Mwahahaha. Yeah, that sounds ominous, but that's okay. Actually, I will say one thing. If anyone knows any good walktubers located in Washington, D.C., I should probably reach out to them because I feel like that would be a good place to spread my wings a little bit when I go visit there in in a week or so. Jeez Louise, yeah. I have a lot of traveling this week. Be a very exhausting week. But that's good, that's what we want. That's what makes it exciting. Man, to think that that entire building of condos, that used to be Honest Ed's. And now it's just a mammoth of a building. The one thing I will say about Koreatown, it is nice, it is vibrant, the restaurants are great, the stores are interesting, but the pedestrian side of things, there is something with these sidewalks that make it so crazy compact. You're moving. Oh, don't worry, basketball maven. I ain't going anywhere. I'm just going on a little vacation down. So I'm going to Ottawa on tomorrow. And so I'm there for Ottawa, I am there from Sunday to Thursday. And then Friday, I'm actually going down to see a old friend who I haven't seen in a long time. And I'm going to be walking around Washington, D.C. to try to like discover more about America's history and kind of figure out where they're at now. So all that good stuff will happen. And we'll see where we go from there. Oh my God, the Britney Spears song again. Peter Stock, welcome to the chat. Hello everyone from Fort Lauderdale. We'll be in place in Toronto on Wednesday for the holidays. Oh no! You are here literally when I'm gone. Well, at least I'll have someone to watch my hometown with. But I'm leaving, literally I leave on the 21st and get back the 26th. And I leave again on the 27th and I'm back on the 31st. So, yeah. I'm gonna just miss you, I'm afraid. But I hope that you have a great time here. Man, coming from Fort Lauderdale to here is going to be a little bit of a shock. Not a crazy shock, but certainly at least a little bit of a shock. We are now back in the Annex, probably one of the areas I'm most familiar with in Toronto. Oh, hello, Michael. Great to watch again from here in the UK. Cheers. Whereabouts in the UK are you? Are you from Cardiff? Are you the one from Wales, perhaps? Either way, thanks for coming back. Great to have you again. I get to my place there every month or so for a few days. Well, hopefully one of these times I can see ya. Because I like that. I like meeting new people. Hertfordshire. Okay, I don't know where that is. But I trust it's somewhere in the UK. Okay, or walk right in front. That's okay. Mm. 20 miles north of London. Okay.
Ooh, love that.
So,
Rick.
thank you. It's pronounced sheer. Hertfordshire. Okay. Well, I'm not known for my pronunciation of things, but I do always aspire to learn. Man, this is probably one of my favorite areas of Toronto. It's just got such a nice vibe to it. This area really does feel like it's a, it really does feel like it's just like a nice, soft, comfortable area. It feels like a big, small town is kind of how I always describe it. Like this is what a downtown in like any small city could be if it was found in like a big city. You gotta say it in a British accent. Yet. Got to say it in a British accent. How am I doing? Flawless accents as always? Excellent. Hertfordshire. Okay. Good to know.
This away from.
The only hard Ford here is Doug. No, I'm kidding. He ain't hard. God, that works on so many terrible levels, and I hate all of them. After you. Ooh. Was just hit with the most fragrant tree, like Christmas tree, evergreen tree. Oh, that was nice. Literally just like a big wall of scent. Oh, of course. They literally had a Christmas tree market right there. And I was just so taken back by the scent that I didn't even notice they were literally selling an entire yard of Christmas trees. Well, clearly my brain's not working anymore. But also, that's kind of normal at this point. So, we just gotta keep it going. So it turns out Destination Dundas is a lot. Is a lot on Dundas. So I think from here, I'm gonna either go to Bloor St. George or Bloor Bay, or maybe Bloor Young if I feel extra ambitious. And I'll probably call it there. But like, yeah, that was quite the walk, folks. For those who have been here for longer than 2 hours, kudos to you, my friends. Thank you for the support. Remember, you can always support the channel by liking it. We enjoy that a great deal. Plus, if you ever get the chance to subscribe, that's all you can do. It's crazy they renamed the square. I thought it was still called the square. Or you could prefer like stunted rectangle. Or communist rectangle, because it's all equal. Ba-doom ching. No. Yeah, I don't think I really don't think Sankofa Square is going to stay the name of it. I feel like it's too contentious and it's too hated by so many people. I really tried to give it a chance and really tried to kind of find the validity to it. But the more I hunted, the more I looked, the more I'm just like, no, this doesn't make sense with TOURonno as a whole. So, yeah. Nip into the store, BBL. All right, buddy, I'm probably going to be off by the time we get back, but wonderful as ever to see you, my friend. Thank you for being such a great part of this channel. I still call the Sky Dome the Sky Dome. We all still call the Sky Dome the Sky Dome. That's a name change that's never going to stick. They should have just named it the Rogers Sky Dome. Zero reason to call it the Rogers Center. So I'm just like, I prefer the Rogers left or the Rogers right. The Rogers Center has no value. Hello, Woodstock. Good to see you today, my friend. If nothing else, one of the things I am grateful for in this channel is that it's given us an opportunity to we come together as a marriage of the minds, right? We're all coming from different backgrounds. We're having open forums about many different topics. And we try to keep it light and respectful. But still, it's interesting to see so many of us coming together under similar banners and ensuring that we all have an equal voice and that we're all making sure that the world's a better place for everyone involved. And I guess that's the reason that Christmas exists. Can't imagine anything else that happened during Christmas. I also love what they did. I know this is going to be in our condo over here, but I like that they kept the church facade. I think it's just really neat. And it's just going to be a really interesting building. I think that they're doing it smart, which is just such a rare thing these days. Also, this owl, I think is adorable. I don't know who made that one, but I appreciate it. Judging by the words above it, I have to assume that the owl is named St. George. That just makes sense. iPhone 17 Pro. It's exactly the same as every other iPhone. That might be my opinion, but it doesn't mean it's wrong. I've always loved this piece too. I think they do a really good job of it. Although I've never actually found the plaque for this one, so one of these days I'm gonna have to actually explore it a little bit more. But I do remember there was one day when I went for, like when I worked at Snakes and Lattes, I ended up taking one of the girls there out for a drink over here, just out for a coffee, just to catch up and find out what's been going on. She was the sweetest girl in the world. Like, absolutely adorable. And we ended up just going chai time and like chatting it up for like 4 or 5 hours. To the point where they're just like, did you want to just get like another tea? And we're just like, yeah, we want another tea. Yeah, it was great. You know, sometimes you just have those one-off occasions where you're just like, oh my God, I feel so close and like we're great friends now. And then like you never have that moment with them again. Yeah. They tried to rename Dundas Street 2, but it cost too much. Yeah. I don't agree with the rhetoric about Dundas. I don't feel like it is, the justification for it isn't there. It doesn't really, like, there's something missing. I don't know. Certainly something that I look at and just like, I don't know how much of this I actually believe anymore. Because it doesn't seem like you're putting forth the right information. It seems like you're cherry picking information. I don't know. Again, Toronto, I know. Maybe that should be my first t-shirt. These people are walking slowly, so I'm gonna go this way. Don't you dare. And for those who missed it, me and my friend Manny went to the ROM a couple days ago on Tuesday and had a great time. Every third Tuesday or Wednesday in a month, they have open doors. So you can actually go in and explore the museum. And Manny's actually a geologist. So like we went in and he got to like tell me about a bunch of rocks. I posted a couple shorts of it up just kind of as like silly little clip videos. But one thing that I found really interesting that he pointed out was I found out that there was, he knew someone who had actually gone on the expeditions. So like when we pointed things out, he was just like, this was this person's, this was this person. I was just like, oh. So you like have a personal connection to the fossils that are on display, which is kind of awesome. And if you're ever going to a museum, absolutely go with a nerd, because Manny knows so much about rocks and geology. He made that section with the minerals and everything. He made it so interesting and intense. It was great. Highly recommend. Oh, Casa Loma. Desperately trying to find reason for people to come visit. Remember during like the pandemic years, over by the Budweiser stage, they would have drive-through Christmas light displays that were like $30 a car to go through. And just like, that seems like a lot to go through and just look at Christmas lights. And I remember we would walk the dog and like look over into the space. I'm just like, that doesn't even look that impressive. Like, why would anyone do this? Is that still a thing? Do they still do drive-through light displays that people can pay to go to? Because I think that time's over. That time's done. They probably have like walk-through displays now, but those are probably less interesting. I saw the people with the Norwegian flag, and my temptation was to go up to them and be like, can I test my Norwegian on you? And if they had said yes, I would have been like, okay, if that wolf eats my grandma, give that wolf a banana, just to see what they would have done. It's a very specific Eurovision Norway joke. But if you've never seen Subwoofer give that wolf a banana, you owe it to yourself to watch that. And if you go watch that and enjoy it and you haven't liked the channel yet and subscribed, then you owe me. That's my theory. That's my theory. We're still going. All right, 2.5 hours. In that case, welcome to Spiel. All right, I actually remember to do it every half hour this year. That's pretty good. Welcome to TOURonno. My name is Matti. I am a tour guide in TOURonno. I like to show off different parts of the city and do customized walking tours throughout the downtown core. If you or someone you know is interested or coming to TOURonno, please recommend me. You can get my links to book me through VIATOR and TRIPADVISor. In addition, if you are coming here just for the stream, I would encourage you to like it because then YouTube knows to recommend it to other people. And finally, if you are enjoying it and would like to come back and support the channel in a major way, please consider subscribing. We're inching towards 1,000 subscribers. The closer we get, the better we do. So if you can help us cross that threshold, it'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Now we return to our regular scheduled programming. This is the Church of the Redeemer. A very nice little church in the middle of Bluren Avenue. Also, we are on what's currently known as the Mink Mile. So this is where you find a lot of the high-end stores in the city. Most of them are here. This is where you find the Chanel, the Gucci, the Louis Vuitton. So by all means, go check them out if you are so inclined. They also have some Tiffany in there, so. But from here, I don't think we shall explore the Mink Mile. We've done that enough. No, we shall go south from here. Let us explore the U of the T. Because that way we also get a beautiful view of the CN Tower. By the way, right now we are over top of something called Tattle Creek. Tattle Creek used to be another river that would run through TOURonno and went underneath the city. But unfortunately, they built over a lot of it. And as such, TOURonno has a lot of sinkholes that happen, which is kind of crazy to think about. But when you look at this side of the museum, you can see the stark contrast to the Michael Chin diamond crystal display at the front. This is much more of the old building, much more of what used to be here. So it used to be that style all the way around. It's still beautiful in its own way, but certainly not quite as impactful as the other way. And then something that often gets overlooked is over here, there's the Ceramic Museum, the Gardner Museum. I know my friend went here, Sarah actually, who I've talked about on this channel. She went here when she was visiting from BC. I have never been in, so I might wait one day to see if I can get like a deal or something, but I think it'd be really fun to go check it out sometime. So if anyone wants to come with me and look at ceramics, I think that would be neat. Also, like, out of nowhere, I just saw that advertisement, and I was just like, I wonder how accurate America's Next Top Model was. Because I don't think it was that accurate. I do know that Tyra tormented an entire generation. We're currently on like the north end of U of T. Certainly some interesting things to see here, but I remember they used to actually have a lot of spaces here that used to be used for the Toronto Fringe Festival, but I guess they've scaled back on a lot. The fact that the Toronto Fringe Festival isn't much bigger still kind of blows my mind. I don't like that. I don't like thinking about that. It's like it should be better than it is. Instead, it was probably one of my most frustrating Fringe experiences I've had. And also one of the least like community-based. I don't know. I wasn't a fan of it. I don't like what they did. And this year there's a part of me that's almost worried. I'm just like, am I gonna have to do it again? Gosh, maybe. Perhaps. But that's not my concern. And not about today. Today is all about getting home. We made it for 2.5 hours. It's pretty good, guys. Also, I think my legs are dead. So, we shall see where it goes from here. Also, I'm pretty sure my mustache has fallen completely. But, c'est la vie. That's just how it goes sometimes. Also, how interesting to see like any form of color still in the ground, but those are cabbages. Some of them have been eaten by squirrels, but I'm just like, that's normal. They're probably decorative cabbages, but they're still definitely cabbages. Oh, look at that. Curious thing to decorate with outside of Cabbage Town, I guess. But I guess it's good to keep the spirit alive. All right, friends. I think I'm gonna call it. So if you've joined us so far, thank you. Just so everyone can see, I did actually do this. Like, I've been doing something called like random embroidery. Then just like I feel like this jacket's about to get a whole lot more insane, which makes me very excited to share it with. But thank you for joining me today. It's been a wonderful walk. I've got to see a lot more of Dundas than I was expecting. But also, you just kind of forget how much is actually there. So I really appreciate having you here. If you can be a part of taking our way up to 1,000, if you recommend us to a friend, if you just, I don't know, bribe people, whatever it takes. We're trying to make it a great Christmas season, and I'm having a good time doing it. So thank you so much for being here. It's wonderful to have you. And we will see you all tomorrow at probably around 1 o'clock. I think that's when I put it. But until then, thanks so much for joining us. And we'll see you very soon. Bye.